What I love about Latin music personally is that it's so rhythmically driven. And I feel that that essence is such a primal kind of like instinctive kind of like thing that just makes your body move. And you know, all Latin music is like based around like a clave, which is like kind of like the undercurrent of all Latin music, and it's always there. So what I've always loved about it in the Heights is that anytime we play music from the show, people like feel like they want to dance. There's just something about Latin music that just makes you happy, like whether it's this show or whether it's like, you know, a song on the radio or you know, being at a dance and hearing some salsa play. There's something about that music that it's really lively. It's very repetitive in the sense that it just really like has a groove that keeps going and going. And once you're in, you just like swim around and dance around. And you know, I love that in the Heights. This really has brought Latin music into a genre that you don't normally find it in, like which is musical theater. So I think that people are really getting exposed to this music and learning how to play these kinds of styles. Like for example, as a pianist, up until working in the Heights, I rarely had to play one rhythm in this hand, a different bass rhythm in that hand, and try to make a groove. And I feel like that same thing is happening now. Like people are starting to learn how to play this kind of music just because of In the Heights, and that's just really busting open doors.
I think that Latin music, just in general, not even related to theater, is making its own sort of resurgence, and or it's coming out now. Not that it wasn't before, but really sort of into pop music with, you know, people like Shakira and things like that. Like it's sort of inundating everything. And I think that even if you can't name a type of Latin music, or you can't, you know, play it, you've heard it before. You've heard it walking on the street, or you've heard it on the radio when you like flip past the Latin channel because you don't speak Spanish, or like any of, you know, for any of those reasons. And so for this show to give somebody a practical, you know, be like, oh, that's where that's from, or oh, that's what that is, I think is really you know, a great meeting of music and theater and life and all of that.
Wow.
Everyone
should see In the Heights.
No, who should see In the Heights? Your grandmother, your mother, your grandmother's mother, your cousins, your nephews,
your kids.
The best thing about In the Heights is I think what we all you know, being Latin or not, In the Heights is a universal musical about home and love. And so if you've ever had someone die in your family, and if you've ever loved anything, be it like a dog or a piece of clothing, you know, you've had that feeling. And I think that this show, no matter who you are or where you're from or what country we're in or what, you know, planet we're on, you always feel those kind of things. And so that universal appeal applies to everyone, so everyone should see it.
Good. You know, I worked on the show because I had to work on the show. There was just something about it that just drew me into it because it was so unique, so different, so you know, pioneering. And I you know, I don't use that word lightly, but you know, to know that now we are going to be able to take this show outside of 46th Street in New York City to, like, you know, Tempe, Arizona, or St. Louis, Missouri. It's really amazing. You know, I always, you know, wish that we'd be able to do that, but it was never a goal. We never started working because we said one day we're going to be taking this show on the road. We're just like, hey, this is a really cool piece of art, and let's see what happens. So the fact that all this has kind of, you know, happened of our very, very, you know, fortunate success is really just icing.
And yeah, when you do something like this and it's so New York centric, you wonder how it's going to play outside of 46th Street or outside of New York City. But I think so that even though, you know, no matter where we go, that there are you know, 2,500 people who've never seen the show before, and they really seem to enjoy it. So we must be doing something right.